God played a major role in this, and family played a major role, and the things that I was involved with kept me going. Playing chess, watch a lot of sports, and that was about it. I have 2 other brothers and 3 other sisters, which is one of my sisters was a twin of mine. They was there for me more than anything else. When they could find the time, they always came to see me throughout those 35 years that I've been incarcerated. I kind of see it like Joseph. That's what I use a lot throughout my speech, wherever I'm at. Joseph was a person was placed incarcerated by his peers because they put him there for a reason. He didn't have no idea what was going on. But God had placed Joseph there under those situations for a length of time to show him and to put him through that, to show him different. And those peers who put him there was at his feet when he was released. And he didn't have no bitterness for them. And he still accept whatever they did to him and continue to move on with his life. And that's really touched me when I first got out, that God came into my life. Because believe it or not, my opinion, I would have never got out of there. I figured I was gonna die there. So it must be a reason for me to be in this situation. So it made me feel in my mind for my first 2 hours being out of prison by being bombarded by the media and family. And that's when that thought really came to me. It was a purpose for me. But I never dreamed I'd have the opportunity to go see someone else in my situation. That's one of my main issues for gentlemen in prison. Women as well, if I have the opportunity to go there. To let them know I haven't forgotten. But now that they have these innocent parties, you can write directly to them instead of using the chain gang lawyers, what we call them, or the jailhouse lawyers, what society calls them. It took them less than 8 months. 8 months out of 35. But it was all for a reason. It was all on his time, not my time or the state. It was his time.
They call me sweetness, and I like to dance. Running the ball is like making more mans. We had the goal since training camp to give Chicago a Super Bowl champ. And we're not doing this because we're greedy. The Bears are doing it to feed the needy. We didn't come here to look for trouble. We just come here to do the Super Bowl shot.
Samurai Mike, I stop 'em cold. Part of the defense, big and bold. I've been jamming for quite a while, doing what's right and setting the style. Give me a chance, I'll rock you good. Nobody messing in my neighborhood. I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl show.
We are the Bears, shuffling crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good, blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting
I'm the punky QB known as McMahon. When I hit the turf, I've got no plan. I just throw my body all over the field. I can't dance, but I can throw the pill. I motivate the cats I like to tease. I play so cool, I aim to please. That's why you all got here on the double to catch me doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. We are the Bears Shuffling Crew.
Once upon a time, in the land of Canaan, there lived a young man named Joseph, the 11th son of Jacob. Joseph was deeply loved by his father, who gave him a special coat of many colors, a gift that made his brothers jealous. They hated Joseph because their father favored him over them, and this jealousy soon turned to bitterness.
It's always Joseph, Joseph, Joseph. What about us?
One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending the flocks in the fields. As Joseph approached, his brothers saw him from a distance and, filled with anger, plotted to kill him. But Reuben, the eldest brother, persuaded them not to harm Joseph. Instead, they stripped him of his colorful coat and threw him into an empty pit, planning to leave him there. But as they sat down to eat, they saw a caravan of traders coming from Gilead on their way to Egypt. Judah, one of the brothers, suggested they sell Joseph to the traders instead of leaving him to die. The brothers agreed, and they sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver. The traders took Joseph to Egypt, and the brothers returned home, telling their father Jacob that Joseph had been killed by a wild animal. Jacob mourned his son, believing the lie his sons had told him.
Not Joseph!
Meanwhile, in Egypt, Joseph was sold as a slave to a man named Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guard. But God was with Joseph, and he prospered in Potiphar's house, gaining favor and trust. However, Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of a crime,
You pay for telling me no.
and he was thrown into prison. Despite this injustice, God continued to be with Joseph, and soon he gained favor with the prison warden. One day, 2 of Pharaoh's servants were imprisoned, and Joseph interpreted their dreams, predicting one would be restored to his position and the other would be executed. Just as Joseph had foretold, the interpretations came true. Yet, even after this, Joseph was forgotten in prison for 2 more years. Finally, Pharaoh had a troubling dream that none of his magicians could interpret. The butler, who had been restored to his position, remembered Joseph and told Pharaoh. Joseph was summoned, and with God's help, he interpreted Pharaoh's dream, predicting 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of famine. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom, Pharaoh appointed him as second in command over all of Egypt. Years later, during the famine, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food, not recognizing Joseph. But Joseph, knowing them, tested their hearts and eventually revealed himself to them. Overwhelmed with emotion, Joseph forgave his brothers and invited them and their families to live in Egypt, where they would be cared for during the famine. Through all the hardship, Joseph's faith in God remained strong, and God used him to save many lives, including his own families. Joseph forgave his brothers, understanding that what they had meant for harm, God had used for good.